Hey everybody, and welcome to the second week of Mindful Mondays with Britt. I guess in the previous video I actually called this Motivation Mondays, but I decided to change it to Mindfulness Mondays, because I just feel like that just says something a little bit deeper, and it gets you a little bit deeper into yourself, into your spirit. So yeah, when I think about mindfulness, that just encompasses so many things, and whether or not it's like being mindful when you're brushing your teeth, when you're doing your hair, when you're interacting with somebody. What mindfulness does is it brings you back to the present moment, and really the present moment is the only moment we ever have. What mindfulness does, in bringing you to the present moment, it makes you, get out of the past. It makes you not feel so anxious about the future, because you're focusing on what you are doing right now. For instance, mindfulness has definitely been something I've been working on when it comes to like working out. When I'm running now, I pay more attention to my breath. I pay more attention to the muscles that I'm using while I'm running, and it actually makes me perform much better, because I'm just like not thinking about when it's gonna end. I'm just thinking about the action that I'm like performing at the time. Even also today, like doing my hair, like, so that's like one of my goals, is just to like, have more healthy practices when like I'm doing my hair, because obviously we know like curly hair, if you don't have curly hair, whether you do or not, like it's very hard to manage. And if you're too rough with it, it'll break, it'll just be looking crazy. And for myself, I noticed that in last year, and it's like I really want to get my hair back to a healthy state. So what I do is now I try to take my time and really just like detangle and just do whatever I need to do to really make sure that it's not like breaking and everything. And it's just being mindful of the action that I'm doing at the time, and it makes so much of a difference. So yes, this is going to be Mindfulness Mondays with Britt, and I'm so excited. So today we're going to be talking about forgiveness and why forgiveness is so difficult for most of us. And I will let you guys know that this has been the greatest challenge for me in the last year, and I really just feel like God and the universe put me in the situation and different situations that I've been in to really help me cultivate that and really live that, because I don't really feel like you can really know what it feels like to forgive unless you've been through something very, very tough and very just like I guess like hurtful or damaging to your spirit. So yes, I'm going to talk about forgiveness today. So what I've realized with forgiveness is there are usually three things that hinder us or keep us from forgiving. So number one, I'm going to talk about, and number one is failing to humanize the person who hurt you. So what that really means is that it's very easy for us to look at the person who like did something bad to us or hurt us or caused us pain. It's very easy for us to just make them out to be this monster. And we know that rarely that's the case. If it's somebody who you've let into your life, and obviously from the beginning there was something that allowed you to bring this person into your life, and when you think about whatever that was, it had to be some goodness, right? So what you have to remember is that this person has good in them, just like we all do. And whatever they did to hurt us, that is not actually the person who they are. And we have to remember that. You have to make them into a human. You have to think of them as being just as flawed as you are. We've all made mistakes and done things that we're not proud of, or where we can look back and say, oh, that wasn't me. That's not who I am today. And I think that that is the number one thing that keeps us from forgiving. It's a difficult thing. Now, the second thing that I've realized holds us back from forgiving is our own egos. And for me, what I've realized with the ego, when you fail to forgive someone because of your own ego, essentially that's you making yourself to be better than that person, to put yourself on a higher pedestal as if you've never done anything, as I said before. So that's really just your ego, because if you can just, withhold forgiveness, then that means that you've never been in a position to where, you wanted forgiveness for someone, or felt like somebody should have, or you deserved forgiveness, right? So I think that's a big thing that you really have to remember. Your ego, that ego is something, I'm telling you. It'll really like break you down inside, I'm telling you, and expose a lot of things, ego. And the third thing that I've realized holds us back from forgiveness is fear. We all know about fear. And fear actually is the #1 killer of everything. Killer of dreams, killer of relationships, killer of not going after your dreams, it's just your ambition, killer of your ambition. So yeah, fear. And what that really means is, I guess, thinking about this fear in this context is fear of not forgiving someone because you're afraid that they're gonna hurt you again. And that's valid, right? That's valid. When someone does something to you that's like so painful, who wants to experience that again? Who wants to even put themselves in that position again? But I think that goes back into the first thing of humanizing that person. And we know that God made us all equal. We're all flawed human beings. And a part of letting go of that fear that that person is going to hurt you again, I think it's like having hope and faith that God did make us all, good and in his likeness. So letting go of that fear and just believing that whatever caused that person to, hurt you or do something to you, you have to believe that they're on their journey, and maybe it wasn't this situation that's going to cause them to transform or learn their lesson. Hopefully it is, and that's a part of having the faith. But if it is later and you feel like, you have to protect your spirit and protect yourself from negative energies, which is, it makes sense. So it's two things you can do in this situation. It's you can forgive and try to rectify the situation and see if that person has learned, and if they are feeling, I guess, sorry, or feeling like they're going to change from the situation. Or if you just feel like it's just too much and that person just, it's, for right now, it's not healthy for you, then you can release them with love, right? Release them with love of, as in, I know like what you did, it really hurt me. And I know right now I'm in a broken place, so that I have to heal before I can allow you back into my life. But I wish you well, and I wish that you will transform yourself and try to learn and see how what you did affected me and how deeply, right? So it's like you have to be able to willing to let it go, but like I said, in a loving way. That makes all the difference, because if you alienate yourself or just want to block everyone out of your life, but it's because it's all about me, it's because I'm protecting myself, and not really actually feeling empathetic to the journey or the dark place that other person may be on. I think that makes all the difference in forgiving and just being able to release things. And it's kind of like this. I think of this as a good example. When someone is intoxicated, whether it's been you personally intoxicated before by whatever type of drug or alcohol, whatever. Whether it's you or whether or not you've just been around somebody that has been intoxicated. And we all hope, usually after the fact, if it's you that's the person that's intoxicated, you always hope that people won't see you in that light, right? You always hope that, and you look back and it's like, oh my gosh, that wasn't me. Did I really do that? I can't believe I did that. I know I've had those moments. I've had those moments. But yeah, so when you look at it like that, it's like that person wasn't themselves. And then I think if you also look about it in the stance of mental health, and you think that for a mentally ill person that you may see on the street, and if they've done something, or you see them saying something to somebody, or they say something to you. I mean, I live in New York, so like it's happened to me a few times where I've gotten cursed out for no reason or whatever. It's the same thing. You look at them more empathetically of like, wow, that person is just like not mentally healthy right now. And what we have to remember is like, that's an extreme case of, mental illness. But we all, in some shape or form, battle mental illness every day. Think about the world we live in. We're all trying to just stay mentally healthy, and some people just aren't there, or you may be a little bit more healthy than the other person. So you have to look at it in that way. Like, if it's a person that you're withholding forgiveness from, maybe they just are not mentally healthy right now at all, and they may not even know it. So just holding them in a warm embrace and a loving embrace that they will get well soon, right? So yeah, I think that really sums it up for me as to why forgiveness is so hard, and it's something that I've been learning, and I'm happy to share with you all these things because it's been a really real journey for me the last year, and I finally feel good about giving forgiveness to certain people in my life, and it's when whoever it may be, if you care about them, if you love them, it's like you want to see them at their best, right? So sometimes you just blocking them out and throwing them away, which is like so easy. It's not going to do anything to help them. It's not going to help them grow. It's not going to help them learn their lesson sometime, because there's nobody there to lead them in the right direction. So maybe that can be you, who can say? But yes, so that's my challenge for you guys this Monday, this week, is to think about people in your life that you've been withholding forgiveness from and why it's been so difficult, and see if some of the reasons that I gave to you might be the reasons, and try to just work through those things and see if you can actually like visualize it and start to feel it and release it and let it go for your own sake. And yeah, so with that, I want to leave you guys with a quote, and I think it definitely just sums this whole thing up the best in getting back to you. And the quote is by Archbishop Desmond Tutu from the Book of Joy. It's an amazing book I've been reading. I recommend it to anybody. It's very good. It's very practical. It's the Archbishop and the Dalai Lama. So yes, the quote is, "When we forgive, we take back control of our own fate and our own feelings." Because it's up to us. We are the masters of our fate, and nobody else on the outside. It's all up to us. So forgive for your own sake and for your own well-being and for your own health. All right? Okay, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and I really hope this could help somebody. Feel free to reach out. Let me know if there's any topics that you might want me to talk about. Let's make this a dialogue. Let's make this like something that helps all of us grow and continue on our journey of like self-growth and self-discovery. Sorry for my phone ringing, but all right. Take care. Bye.